Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a subject I want to talk about. If a intruder comes in the night, or you think there's an intruder coming in the night, for where I live currently, it's almost impossible because my apartments are connected to other apartments, and it's impossible not to be heard. But let's just play hypothetical. If I had my house again and I hear, and I'm a heavy sleeper, so I don't hear things. Let me start there. But if I hear something bump hard, what's the first thing I'm going to grab? Am I going to grab my less lethal, or I'm going to open up the safe and grab my my Taurus G2C, or at least my Phoenix Arm 22 LR? Knowing me, I'm gonna have both. I'm gonna have my less lethal in my pocket, probably my 22 long rifle in my pocket. But I will have my self supply ready, or my burner TCR ready. And I would take my chances. Let's say, okay, let's play this hypothetical. They have a gun, and traditionally when people break in, they break it in knowing that somebody's not there, or they think you're just a defenseless woman, and they can overpower you. But I don't live in super dangerous cities like Chicago, New York City, so take that with a grain of salt. I would probably have my burn TCR, green dot, already punctured, have it ready. Okay, and it's an intruder, get out of my house or I shoot. I think with the less lethal, I'm just shoot. Because I want to take element of surprise, and the shock value is always key. In martial arts, if you can get the shock value, that takes about 2.5 seconds them to really process what happened, and then they respond. I'm going to go for headshots as best as possible. I'm going to hit them with kinetics, and hopefully in a good day it scares them away. But let's just say that wasn't strong enough, then I'll just pull out of my pocket and I'll bring my lethal, and then we're going to end that discussion right there. Some people say I'll go for my less lethal first. I'll go for my lethal first, or I'm going to go for my lethal, not even less lethal. It depends on the region. It depends on the circumstance. If I was in the country, I'd probably have my AR, to be honest. Because you have, if something coming onto your property in the middle of the country, or middle of something, they have to really travel to come and get you. And it's not just a bump in the night robber. Robbers, they just, exposure is a killer in their business. They need no exposure, and they don't have a whole lot of time. If it's something personal, and come and get you, then by all means you pull out everything you have and you defend your life. If it's the John Wick assassins, you're in trouble. Nothing gonna save you. But for most people, that's not the case. I'm gonna pull out less lethal first, and then I'm gonna tell them get out of my house, or I'm just gonna go ahead. But most likely, I'm telling them get out of my house. And if there's, like, say, a family member, they present themselves. Hey, it's me. Hey, you know, oh, okay. It's not, it has to bypass me. If I was back in my house situation, before you even enter my house, I have alarm systems. So right there alone gonna make you leave. And then everything else is just a follow-up. But let's just play. That person may have a mental health issue. I listened to a podcast. A person had an individual who was highly schizophrenic, bipolar, and he was just going to people's houses just because. He just thought he could, and then this person shot this mentally disabled person.
2 miles. Take exit 71.
And
left onto I-435.
And then he had to fight for his right, not to party, but he had to literally fight for his right, and it took him a while. For a life, man, I don't know why it took you a while that person entered your home in the middle of the day, the middle of the morning. And I think the story was he went running and he left the front door open, or something like that. He went running, came back, and he went to take a shower and then locked the door, and then this mentally disabled person, intellectual disability person, came in, and then I guess this person was considered nonverbal. He was nonverbal, and he did not understand. And when he told the other person to get out, he started showing aggression, and that's when he shot him. I think if that person was mentally disabled, and I can see that, hey, there's something wrong with him, like legit wrong with him, I'm telling him, hey, leave, buddy, leave. And if he doesn't, and depending on how big or how his gait is, I'm going to shoot him in the legs with the less lethal. It's all contingent on what it is and what the situation is. You just gotta move accordingly. If it wasn't for like Catholic doctrine, that type of thing, it was just him coming to my home, I would definitely less lethal all day. If that means even pepper balls, something. Some people say, well, you should pepper balls anyway. I mean, geez, just get a mask or put a pillow over your face and go downstairs. And, the whole idea is to get them out of your vicinity. Hopefully you have, ring door alarms, or you got multiple cameras in multiple angles that can record. So when police come, you can present it to them, and you can show that, hey, I'm not the person that initiated. This person was an aggressor, and then you can, save yourself. So That's an interesting perspective. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. On kind of positive note, I looked at my news, my count. I'm at 415 in subscribers. It's not Shane Sharp, but it's okay. Please tell somebody, tell a friend, like, hey, there's a guy who's just he's a non-vice, less lethal guy, that talk about just everyday situation with weapons and common sense, and just hear him out. And that's all I can ask. Thank you for anybody that's watching my channel. Always please share and like and tell somebody. My content is always going to be from a lens of self-protection and not aggression. I don't believe in being aggressive unless your family or your life is dependent on it. I am also a martial artist, trained in 4 particular styles. So I also believe in that heavily as well. Anything to protect my family. I'll train in any style, anything to give me an edge to protect my family. That's it. I have no other agenda outside of that. Wherever it takes to protect my family, I'm going to do it. So, and more importantly, I want to do it and be law-abiding and make sure I don't go to jail, because people talk about these guns and their rights and carry all these, high-powered weapons, and it's my constitutional right. Well, guess what? You can also go to jail. So the very people you try to protect, you can't protect them if you're in jail. You can't. You gotta be smart about this thing, and do what's necessary to protect your family, protect you, get gun insurance. Even if you have less lethal, you need to get that too. For me, I'm concealed carry. I'm doing everything I can not to be able to use it. If I can only use my gun at the gun range to shoot, I would gladly do that, because think about taking somebody's life. I don't want that on my conscience. I don't need that on my conscience. I already got scarred and trauma from past stuff. I don't need that on my conscience. When it's the end of my days, I go to God. I don't want to have some regret because of something 20, 25 years I did. So, but anyway, that's a story for another day. Have a great one.